Mike, when we were putting in the headliner, because of the rough fiberglass, you suggested to use this special track by Taco. It's a PVC tuck system.
Yes.
To put in the track. You guys went ahead and you installed a Fibreglass fabric, okay, to the track. And Bill, what do you call the material?
Yeah, this is from the Sling collection, and it was Augustine Pearl was the pattern that we chose. This
Okay,
one. So.
and guys, take a look at the headliner. I'm telling you, it is looking absolutely fantastic. The next step, Mike, that we need to do for the interior is what?
Well, we're going to go we've got the overhead handled. Now we're going to do from the bolster down, including the bed deck that we have and the head walls and some of those other areas that we're going to treat a little differently.
Okay, so we have a portion of the hull that hull liner that we need to put in, the V-berth, the top side of that. We also have that plywood for the head area, and I know we have to kind of do some different things, but Bill, you had your designer, okay, pick a different color Fibreglass fabric, and it's actually from a different collection.
Well, it is. It's from the Shift collection. It's Loft Pebble, and this is going to make the transition from the headliner down to the deck area where the cushions will sit.
So guys, kind of take a look at the combination of what we've got going on so far. Mike, it's rough fiberglass, and there's some old foam that's still kind of stuck to it. And I know that Hayden, my son, was using a scraper to try to get it off. It's probably not the fastest tool to accomplish it. Do you have any tricks of the trade to where if somebody has old foam from like some vinyl or something on the inside of the boat, they want to get it off, how they could get it off?
Yeah, John. Over the years, we've sort of figured out some shortcut ways to reduce the labor, because just sitting there with a scraper, picking this nasty green stuff off, is pretty boring.
Yeah, it was glued on. It was glued on, I think, with contacts.
So what we use is a combination. Obviously, a wire brush, because it's foam, will grab onto it and pull it off. You get all the big stuff off with this. Then when you get down to those small little pieces that are still glued on real well, get yourself a wire brush, put it on a drill. You can just drill and the wire brush grabs it and spits it off of the hull, and you can get it relatively clean that way.
Do we need to wipe down the rough fiberglass with any type of a solvent?
If we're adding the tracks as we did on the first one, you probably want to sand it pretty good where you're gluing the tracks on. But when we go in on these hull liner larger surfaces, a wipe down with some denatured alcohol will do the trick on getting it clean before we start putting glue to it.
Okay, now Bill, this section of hull liner that we're going to be installing today, it's going to be part of the V-berth. Okay, I'm thinking that people are going to be leaning up against it. Their entire weight of their body, or at least the upper torso, is going to be kind of up against it. We're going to need to support it somehow, Mike. And I know in the headliner, okay, we used Dacron and we stuffed it in there, and that was giving us energy efficiency, and it was also giving us acoustic values, okay, making it very, very quiet. Do we need to use a different type of foam here for supporting people's weight a little bit?
I would recommend it, John. This stuff just doesn't really have the support we're after when someone's going to lean up against it for extended periods of time around like the bed area. So what we're going to use a 1/2 inch polyurethane foam.
Okay.
It's got a lot more support to it.
All right, very good.
Bounces back.
How would we affix this to the raw fiberglass?
We're going to glue it on. That's the easiest way. There's two ways really. We use our own proprietary adhesives with a spray system, and we're set up, and we do this all the time. But for those that want to tackle a project over the weekend or a few days, you can buy some general adhesive. 3M makes some good stuff. There's some other products out there.
Okay,
it's just a spray adhesive.
This is contact cement, guys, and what you have to do is you have to spray the fiberglass, okay, and then you have to spray the foam, and when the two come in contact together, they stick.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
Fantastic. And we're going to use the track system again on a portion of this, but the top surface of the V-berth, okay, the bed, if you will, is relatively smooth wood, and then the the bulkheads, the walls for the bathroom, the head, okay, is smooth. We're not going to use foam.
No, we're not going to put foam there because we don't really need it.
The frame isn't going to fit. It's going to be too wide.
Exactly.
Okay? What could we do to make it look good, but yet adhere it without the foam?
We're going to use the contact cements to do the bed area. We've got the foam in the hull. The bed area is smooth. We're going to put contact cement on. We're going to finish it. But the walls on the head, we're going to treat a little bit differently. Many fabrics like this are found in the wall treatment business. You can use it acoustically with tracks, but we're going to treat it like a wallpaper.
Would we use wallpaper glue then?
And you're going to use a standard clay-based wallpaper glue.
Now, that wallpaper, okay, this is going to be the Sombrella fabric, is in a very heavy traffic area, the companionway. And I'm thinking if people are coming by and they get fingerprints on it, or maybe it's a kid, you know, this boat's going to be auctioned off. Somebody's going to be winding up with this boat for charity. Is it a cleanable fabric?
Oh, absolutely. It's basically, the Shift collection is like any other fabric in the Sombrella line. It's eminently cleanable. You can use solvents, you can even use bleach. In fact, I dropped this jar off with Mike a couple of months ago, and this is a piece of the collection that has been sitting in 100% bleach.
Okay, this is pure bleach, and there's absolutely no color change.
No color, no
So
strength.
this is going to hold up great. Now, guys, next week, what's our next step?
All right, next step in this project is going to be to complete the bolsters and the cushions in the V-berth area.
Okay, well, I couldn't have picked a better team to get it done. Thank you.